Over on Twitter, I tweeted out what's your Rainbow Six Siege hot take or what's a R6 hot take you've seen. I've done videos like this in the future. One video did really well and it seemed like you guys enjoyed it. Another one did pretty poo. But if you guys do enjoy this type of video, please like the video, comment, and let me know your Rainbow Six Siege hot take. Also, let me know your thoughts and opinions on just these hot takes that's in today's video. I feel like we've seen, or I have seen some very interesting takes so far from what I've gotten replied. Be sure to follow me on Twitter so you can be in a future video just like this by just, commenting your hot take. So sit back, drink some water, eat some popcorn, eat your food, whatever you're doing, because, can't eat your food without watching a good YouTube video. Get right into the video. Consoles should have a comp scene again. Ooh. You know what? If you didn't know, and you're a little bit newer to the game the last few years, in year one, console did have Pro League. Was it a little scuffed? Yes. Would there be some issues with M&K and people proving that they're not M&K on console? Because what a Zim does and Cronus is it acts as a controller, so it's very hard to determine if a person's M&K or not. If we were to get past all those issues, I feel like it would be kind of interesting. And at first, I would have probably said, console should not have a comp scene because how, comparing to PC, there's a huge difference in mechanics and whatnot, and console is a little bit more clumpier. But if you look at the newer consoles, especially now, they're running at like 150, 140 FPS, 160, whatever, or 120. I really don't know what this specific number is. I feel like this would actually be a really cool idea because the majority of Rainbow Six Siege player base is on console. They're usually on PlayStation or Xbox, and then you have the more try-hard, people that want to go pro and play comp, they're on PC. And that's cool because you get like really good, intense mechanical team players going into comp on PC, but there's a huge lack of comp on console. Sure, you have Face It, you have stuff like that, but it's just now I feel like it would be better than ever now to help revive the game almost, because the game has definitely seen a decline in the last like year or so. So I agree with this, even though it would be a little bit funny seeing 10 people on controller potatoing on 69. If they were to do this, what I think they should do to update the game is they actually bring in a FOV slider and then change resolution, because we both know if you play on PlayStation or Xbox, you're stuck at 16:9, not 60 FOV. So give console players the advantage of turning up their FOV slider and turning up the resolution, and I feel like this would be more than fine. A lot more console players would thrive, not looking like, they're playing on a toaster because they're stuck on 16:9. So I agree with this, yeah. Black Ice should be available on every weapon. If you didn't know, on the TS or the TTS, whatever they call it now, which is the test server, they were actually testing this out. Basically, Black Ice would be on like every new weapon, and I don't know what happened to that. I thought it was coming this following season. So I'm assuming they're testing out, because in the past we've seen Montang Shield, Blitz Shield, in the TS, it's been in the code that the shields actually had Black Ice. I feel like with Black Ice being available on every weapon, that'd be fine. I'm more than fine because everybody loves this weapon skin. I feel like we need to go a step further to make skins a little bit better and, have more of a reason to grind. Because if you look at games like Valorant, Apex, all of that, you always have a reason to grind, or you have skins to buy, or even like Fortnite, for example. The battle passes in Fortnite, I'm just going to say the earlier on battle passes, because I only played the first 4 seasons, I think, of Fortnite. Basically, what would happen is you unlock a certain skin, and then what happens is the more you play with it, the more XP you gain towards that skin. It has different tiers of skins. Now, if Siege can implement something like that with maybe variations from like even Rocket League or something, like, can you imagine like Black Ice but red variant and it's red Black Ice? Just stuff like that. Just give us more skins, because if they're willing to just recycle content, at least give us variations so it's more plausible and there's more that we can consume. That's what we need as a community right now, is being able to consume more content, because right now in Siege all you have is ranked, and that's it to grind for, to be honest. Weapon skins the last few years have gotten more expensive renown wise, or the best skins you have to buy with our 6 credits. So yes, I feel like every weapon should be available with Black Ice, but there should also be variants. Also, Queen Fainter responded, hear me out, Black Ice attachment skin. I'd be cool with that, especially like old seasonal skins getting their own attachment skins would be really cool. I don't see the point in not giving, you know, attachment skins for seasonals. Something I hate about the attachment skins is you unlock one cool attachment skin and it'll be for one specific weapon. That's it. It's stupid. Next, the community killed the game, not the cheaters. Well, yeah, this does make sense because basically the cheaters are the community, and the community, besides the cheaters, is very weird. Xbox and just console is just a very weird place. It just is. So is PC though. It's even worse in my opinion. Console, everybody has egos for some reason. It's not a nice community. If somebody hits gold or plat, for some reason they automatically think they're better than everybody else. Just from my experience from playing Xbox, looking for group hosts, going from a gold 1 in year 1 all the way to champ, there's egos everywhere. It's weird. And then now you have people that's using Zim, Cronus, cheating, and they flex and, you know, they shit talk. And, you know, like there's always going to be shit talk and there's good shit talk. It's banter. But people are legitimately weird in the Siege community. Going over to PC side, we have account pullers. We have, you know, known cheaters being welcomed into the community. We have just the weirdest shit, man. Now, don't get me wrong. Ubisoft has really bad security. Like, really fucking bad. I don't understand how someone can just open up a support ticket and pull someone's account. Just doesn't make sense. And just because of that shitty security, a lot of content creators like me, a lot of pro players, they have to basically coexist with these people just so nothing happens to their account. Because you know how annoying it would be if someone stole my account right now and just cheated on it and started flying? Would not be cool. It would just be inconvenience. I wouldn't be pissed off. I would just be like, damn, that fucking sucks. I have to contact Ubisoft support and show them that someone stole my account. Shit like that shouldn't happen, but yes, I do agree the community has been killing the game. I don't think the game is completely killed though. Ranked doesn't need to resemble Pro League. Get rid of map and operator bans for ranked. I agree with this in a sense, 100%, but ranked is supposed to be a little bit competitive. So I think that's why there's, you know, map and operator bans. But I actually think that map bans and operator bans has hurt the game more than it's helped in ranked. Because if you look at the current meta with just normal ranked games, Thatcher's always banned. There's the same 5 or 6 maps being played, and then the rest are like, you know, alienated, and it almost makes the game feel repetitive. I remember back in the day when I played the game, I would just load up and I would be forced to play a game. If I left, you know what? Nobody can cancel. I get an abandon sanction. I lose. You're forced to play. And I feel like that's something about Siege, is it's a video game that you need to be able to readjust yourself no matter what. If you're not a good player on Skyscraper, you have to learn the map and become a good player on Skyscraper. You have to always learn. That's all Siege is, a learning experience. Now you have people playing the same fucking 3 maps, running strats on it. They're fine, and they're just stomping kids because they have set strats and whatnot. But if you bring them on a map like Favela, Canal, you know, whatever, you know, they either cancel or they just don't want to play it. Now, don't get me wrong, these maps aren't the best. Canal is a fun ranked map in my opinion, but a map like Favela and Skyscraper has just not been played enough in ranked. That's why I feel like a lot of players just don't want to learn the map, and they honestly think it's garbage. Might be garbage, I don't know. I probably played 8 to 16 matches of Skyscraper in the last few seasons. That's it. So I do kind of agree this. I feel like the downtime with map and operator ban should definitely be cut in half. Like if we got rid of this, more ranked games would be played. You know, it would just make the game feel less stale. 100%. People endlessly complaining about the game's problems on Twitter is annoying. Not saying these problems aren't, of course, but it's usually not something we don't already know. Okay, I agree with this and I don't at the same time, because I am one of those people that will complain about the game. I feel like content creators and people that actually like make a living off the game and help the game continue to thrive and bring in more viewership because we make content for the game, it makes sense for us because it's really hard. Trying to stream Rainbow Six Siege right now, very, very, very hard. You can see that not only from me, from a lot bigger content creators like Spoit. It's just not playable. Cheaters, stream snipers, all that shit. I can deal with stream snipers. I don't really care. Most time, I'm solo queuing. You want to stream snipe? Whatever. I just want to talk to my chat, talk to them, have a good time, vibe, potato a little bit. But I don't know. People complaining about cheaters, they honestly think that like something will happen overnight and that issue is gonna disappear. I I get what he's saying. Not really a hot take, but Ubi should make a customization feature where people make their own maps, game modes, and also should make a weapon skin that you could customize and make your own skin. Yeah, it seems impossible, but it would still be cool. It would not be possible. Impossible. Maps, just like Rocket League, there's like maybe game modes. I don't think it would be possible, but it would be cool. I don't know how the game's coded, if it would be able to, you know, withstand with all this information, but maybe not their own maps, but I do like the game modes because you can do a certain type of training I really want to see in the game, kind of like Rocket League. Like, for example, explaining how to use a thermite charge or maverick trick or, you know, whatever. I feel like that's the biggest issue with a lot of new players getting into this game. It's hard to learn the game because you can't go into casual and learn the game, because what happens is you face people that just want to throw TK, etc. You go in unranked and you still can't learn because you have somebody shit talking you, and you can't go in ranked unranked because it's basically just like casual. You're gonna get fucking TK'd. People in ranked have egos, so it's hard to pick up this game and understand it. You either need to have a homie that plays the game and that can teach you, or you just gotta have a lot of fucking patience. So the game will start to recover when they add new games and new maps next year. I would definitely say a big majority of the fan base has left. Definitely casual players. So I do agree with this. New maps would definitely help this game because you know, especially with map bans, man. You're playing the same 3 maps, 3 to 5 maps. I agree. My hot take: Zoph, Ashe, and Jaeger never deserved a nerf. There's a reason they were picked so much. They should have buffed less picked operators rather than nerfing ops with higher pick rates. Just a thought. I feel like Ubisoft doesn't understand that some operators are going to be picked no matter what. Operator like Thatcher, if he's on the board, he's always going to be picked. Operator like Zofia, Ashe, and Jaeger, always going to be picked as well, because they just bring such a good, impactful purpose to a round. For example, Jaeger burns utility. I don't understand why we're deciding to nerf weapons. If we're going to nerf weapons, you can't just single out one operator. You need to nerf every single weapon in the game by adding their own specific recoil pattern that's a little bit more unique. Now, I'm not saying like add it like Rust, where, you know, you actually have to learn the recoil like insanely, and you have to be skilled to learn it. But a lot of the skill base now in this game is kind of gone, in my opinion. Back in year 1 and up, this was a tactical game. Now you just kind of have people running around like idiots, and it's not even like they have the best mechanics. It's just like you play like an idiot, you win, and it's like the sad truth of the matter right now. And continuing nerfing operators is just making the game less fun, to be honest, especially for like the casual community, which is the most of the people that play the game. So I agree with this. Rotate more maps out of ranked, even the most popular Club Coast Oregon, hoping next year brings out at least 2 maps with a con rework and one of the casual maps reworked. This kind of goes into the map ban thing, because if we're taking maps out of the cycle, get rid of map bans. It's just the sad truth. Forces players to play the maps and understand the game. If you're really a good player, you can play any map. That is just the truth. You might perform better on one map than the other, but why would you only be good on one map? Like, this game is all about being able to readjust no matter what, and being able to, you know, think on your feet. So I kind of agree with this. Get rid of map bans and then do this. Glaz needs a CZ75. I disagree. Give Glaz or Cali the SMG-11. They took the SMG-11 away from Sledge, and usually when they take something away from an operator, like a nade or secondary gadget, weapon, what usually happens is that they give the gun to another operator. Where's the SMG-11 at? Why would you pick Cali right now when you can bring Maverick or Twitch? Just doesn't make sense. She like, her loadout is just like very bad. Same with Glaz, even though he has nades. It's just, why would you bring Glaz? There's so many different operators that you can bring. Give them SMG-11. They'll be picked more. Guns shouldn't have a one-shot headshot. Okay, I think Varsity Gaming said something like this as well. Give me a second. I need to find the tweet. I couldn't find the tweet. With guns, I feel like guns should kind of act like Valorant's weapon system. It should more depend on the caliber of round that the gun, like the bullet is. Like for example, if it's a sniper rifle like Cali, it should be able to go through like walls like nothing, right? You should get wall bangs, etc. Certain shit should be a little bit more wall bangable, or it should take more HP. In terms of kind of like EDDs, if you think about it like EDDs, if 3 armor goes through an EDD, it takes less damage. 1 speed, one armor goes through it, you know, it'll take more HP. I feel like that should be the same with the bullet calibers. For example, if you're using a pistol and you're randomly just wall banging random walls, it should take more damage, but not an instant kill if it's a headshot. Maybe a 2-shot. Unless it's like a deagle, then it should be a 1-shot. But I definitely think it should depend on the caliber of rounds. I don't know if that's even possible in Siege right now, if they were to rework it, but the game itself, if you get in a one-on-one gunfight and you're looking at somebody and shoot them in the head, it should be an instant kill. All maps except Favela, maybe even Favela, are perfectly playable. Also, Skyscraper would be a top 5 map in ranked. People knew how to properly play it. Once again, goes into the fact that people just don't want to sit down and learn a map. That's all it is. They're lazy. They're so accustomed to watching Pro League and taking basic strats from them and then adjusting it into ranked. That's at least what I've noticed. People shit on the reworked Chalet until they watch Pro League, and Pro League players set a meta for it. That's usually what happens with a lot of maps. So I agree. Skyscraper would be alright. The problem with Skyscraper, in my opinion, once again, you have to rappel basically fucking everywhere to get to the second floor, unless you just want to go up like 3 different staircases. That's my only issue. UB nerfing the Roni was a shit idea. Okay, the way they nerfed it was shit in my opinion. They added no recoil. They just basically made the gun a little bit more vertical recoil, and that's it. They lowered the ammo count, which is very bad in my opinion. It doesn't do much. It's still an overpowered weapon. You still have the 1.5 times scope on Mozzie, which I feel like is the main issue with Mozzie being overpowered and the Roni. Once again, Aruni herself, she has a very loaded kit. For example, she has quite 3 Aruni gates. She has a bulletproof cam now, and then she has the Roni, which is fire rate is amazing. So even though she has all that utility, just taking away that weapon with no 1.5 times scope, it's more of a nerf on her than it was Mozzie, because Mozzie still has a 1.5 times scope. The way that they nerf guns in this game is very stupid, and they're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks at this point. You should only be able to match people in your bracket, gold to gold, champ to champ, etc. Before anyone flips out, I know queue times will go up, and I don't really care if I'm tired of seeing people boost 37 accounts to everyday cringe new players. It's cringe. I don't agree. Because what happens is you're still going to face smurfs, you're still going to face people that have alt accounts. This is not going to fix the issue in any manner. Also, the queue times would be completely fucking scuffed. I'm okay with a plat 3 being able to queue with a, you know, diamond, whatever. I think that if you're legitimately facing smurfs, it kind of only makes you better. Because, you know, that player is a higher skill ranking usually, so you learn something from them. I know it sucks that you have to play, you know, a champion when you're plat 2, even though that matchmaking makes perfect fucking sense. Because you gain elo, you gain more elo and you lose less. People don't fathom that. When you're facing higher ranked elo and you're like a lot lower elo, you gain so much more and you lose less, man. It's more rewarding because you get better at the game, because you learn how to play against those jackass champs when you're a plat 2. So I feel like smurfing, 100% an issue, but I don't think this is the way to fix it. They should have never touched the Acogs and movement. I feel like what they did with the Acogs makes sense, because defense was a little bit, like, a lot easier than, you know, attack. I feel like personally that the way that they just distribute the scopes in this game is stupid. Like, for example, the new red dot, not everybody will receive it. Only Thunderbird, Jaeger, short amount of people. And then just the movement itself, even though that was like maybe the funnest part of Siege, it kind of made the game a lot better, healthier, balancing wise as well. Because what would happen with the old movement is there was something called perspective. And even though perspective is still in the game, but that's just a normal courtesy of angles that people just don't fathom and they don't understand. But with the old movement, you would literally have people fucking moving like this, like fucking crouch peeking, doing all this weird shit. So it made sense the movement got nerfed. I wish it was a little bit more mechanics and skill based. Now movement is very basic. You just have people psycho peeking. That's about it. Acogs, I do miss Acogs. Like I fucking do, man. I miss Doc Acog, Sophia Acog, Maverick Acog. All of that just felt so good, man. The gunplay just felt so fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, 1.5 times scope, cool, but I do miss Acog so fucking much. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, sub, and comment, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's video and the hot takes that were in today's video. Besides that, that is the video. So, have a lovely day. This is Garfieldisdoc.